Welcome to Beyond Meditation. Delighted to continue this body of work, focusing our attention on upleveling the human vibe, very specific intention of upleveling the mental well-being. Today is the fourth session of that particular topic. The human vibe attunement itself is about releasing that deep-seated inner conflict between the soul being feeling confined in its expression through the human form with its limitations. And those limitations, those confines literally disappear through this body of work when the soul recognizes its own prowess as eternal, omnipresent, indestructible, and acknowledges and honors that of the human form in its innate vibrational frequency of love. And that coming together is the coming home that takes place, and that deep-seated inner conflict disappears. The original wound of separation from source dissolves. And that is what this session is about. I'm just about to let in people from different parts of the world. So looking forward to this session. Hello, David and Helene. Today I'm leading the session as well as managing the technology. My old propeller head self is very alert. Welcome, everyone. So I'm going to keep my eyes open for most of the session today as people keep joining in. So don't let that feel disconcerting to you. So today is the fourth session in a set of four that my spirit guidance was to utilize the human vibe attunement to uplevel the mental well-being. So today our focus is on the mental well-being. From Thursday onwards, we actually begin a series where we are focusing on this is the dental system, you know, so it is everything that makes up our dental system, you know, the teeth, the canals, the gums, the jawbone, and all the channels and the nerves and the blood vessels that connect this particular part of our physiology to the different organs. I mean, dental health has a direct impact on the health of the heart, the health of the brain, the health of the nervous system, level of toxicity in our bodies, the level of buildup of toxicity. And hence, those of us who do oil pulling, you know, we experience those benefits, and it feels like really wow. That's something as simple as, and it's not that simple. It is simple as an act, but it's quite a lot to cope with when you've got that chunk of oil in your mouth. But it's quite phenomenal. The benefits are amazing that you experience. And that's because the teeth and the channels of the teeth and the gums are connected to the entire body. So I'm really looking forward to that body of work beginning on Thursday. Today, let's have a very powerful completion of Beyond Meditation, uplifting of the human form, focusing very specifically on the mental health. So the mental health aspect that I'm called to focus on today is all about programming of that has come up and that exists around us in our environment, in the atmosphere. And really, it is programming that has been imprinted in the moisture that makes up this world. It's programming of norms or declarations that have become an accepted norm, but they put pressure on humans, like, conforming to a certain way of living, judgments and evaluations of what is acceptable and what is not. Those sort of things that exist in our environment. And that is what we are going to be working with. Now, what does that mean, that we are going to be working with? We are not going to go and reprogram the environment. The key thing here is up-leveling your human form. And this is the beauty of this body of work, that the world outside of us transforms by us uplifting ourselves. And that is the intention of this body of work as well. And that is how we are going to be working with the environment that is outside of us. A couple of things that I wish to share, which is, the planet, this planet we are surrounded by moisture. We may see it, we may not see it, but we are surrounded by moisture. And you feel there is a difference when you go to very arid areas where there is not enough moisture in the air. And yet there have been scientific discoveries, and I have been privy to some of those, just because I've been looking for ways in which we can have natural ways of generating water, where even in desert land, there are machines that actually can capture the moisture in the air and create water. So water exists. Now, water has a quality. It was actually created as an archangel. And every archangel has got a function, just like Archangel Michael is about protection and shielding. Archangel Raphael is this master healer. Water as an archangel is the carrier of the seed of life. And what that means is, as a carrier of the seed of life, anything that does not propagate life cannot exist in water. As an archangel, however, life has occurred in the way it has. Water as a carrier it became a very powerful carrier of the seed of life. So when the Creator decides it's going to create life anywhere at all, water is the first archangel that goes in there, carrying the seed of life. That's what happens. So it is a very powerful carrier, and as a carrier, it got discovered by saboteur energies as well. And it became a way in which messages were relayed through water, and they started affecting the environment. So when they say that, there are certain places you go, and I've had the fortune of experiencing that in India, since, you do travel to various parts of India where you are with people who are living the most natural way of living their life. And then you are in circles which are very affluent. It's like quite a contrast experience that you can have literally within minutes, and certainly within hours. And I have certainly experienced it, and I'm sure you all have, where you go somewhere and you eat the food that has been made. It may be very, very simple and basic, and it just feels so amazing. Just feels so good. You feel really nourished, and you may go and eat in a very luxurious place and feel ill afterwards, even though it's not food poisoning, but that just something doesn't agree. And often that is to do with whatever the vibe was of the cooks and the environment where this food was being prepared. One of the blessings of the corona phenomenon is that coming together and coming around of family in cooking, So So it is the water in the food, it is the moisture in the atmosphere. All of that carries the messages. It is the moisture that's there, that in which you are actually ingesting that food. All of that has an impact on what's going on with you. It has a direct impact on the mental well-being of you. So what we're doing today is, there is a whole phenomenon that we have been living through. There's a little bit longer to go of that phenomenon, but there is a recognition. We literally are in that last stretch of the runway of this phenomenon. And during this time, there's a lot of work that is being done to transform the planet, to vibrationally transform the planet overall. The work that we are doing here is making having a difference, is making a difference in itself. What we are going to do is to focus our attention on you and your human form, up-leveling your mental well-being, so that regardless of what is going on out there, you remain in this up-leveled state. That is what we are looking to achieve here. And combining this body of work, where we've taken section by section of that which constitutes the human form and up-leveled it, and then anchored it with the human vibe attunement, takes us to a level where we are clear, the up-leveling has taken place, and then catapults us to match the vibrational frequency of the soul. And then we are at such a high level of frequency, which is the frequency of that soul essence, when it was created by the Creator, that we presence the energy of the Creator within us. The Creator is not perturbed by any such conversations that may exist in the environment. The Creator knows it can always create. And that is what we have within us too. And doing it in this way, in this human vibe attunement experience, we are not only up-leveling the vibration, we are actually amplifying it by applying the human form's innate vibration of love. So whilst you're in this session, all of this occurs so rapidly. And then we have the time between the sessions where all of that gets anchored. I've been receiving some quite powerful messages from people about the depth of the sleep that they're experiencing, the depth of trance that they go into. And it's completely clear. There's also, this is something else that you may experience if you haven't already, which is the intensity of dreams that are your deepest fears. So it may feel like a dream that's a nightmare, and feel so real. But because that fear, even though you may not have connected to it, it's so deep-seated, it starts to surface. And it plays out in the form of a dream. And often these dreams feature people that you completely trust. And there's this nightmare thing occurring around these people that you trust. And it's a dream. And the reason why this is happening is, as we up-level ourselves and we come at one, and we are anchored in the soul being and the human form being one, and we've up-leveled our own environment to such an extent that the previous programming can't exist anymore, then that which no longer belongs leaves, and leaves very rapidly. Now, it is programmed in our own internal waters. Certain parts of our body are 70% water, certain parts are supposed to be over 90% water, but a big part of us is water. And one of the quickest way of self-regulation in terms of health is to put ourselves in this space of a high vibration. And this human vibe attunement is, really the ultimate in this. It actually recalibrates our internal water. And it does that in a way that it is regenerative, not just sustainable. And what the regenerative piece means is that, the more you focus your attention on what's real. So we do the work that we do here in our Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday sessions. And then in between, I invite you to literally focus on what's real, what's really going on. The world beyond the matrix is revealing itself everywhere. The real world, which is a world filled with wonder. It's colorful, it's magical, it is divinely guided and has a lightness of being. So as you start noticing those, you're already at a state of harmony between the soul presence, which is indestructible and omnipresent and limitless, and you are in your innate vibration of being human, which is love. So the amplification of that, limitlessness, that indestructibleness is taking place with the vibrational frequency of love. And you now start consciously connecting with what's real. What is wonderful, full of wonder. What are the colors that are now becoming visible to you? We had the most amazing experience today in Mumbai. I know there are a few of you here from Mumbai. I don't know if you noticed the skies. I'll share that in the Beyond Meditation group that we have. It was purple and saffron. The sky was purple and saffron. This is Mumbai sky. Phenomenal. It's beyond, we've already had some amazing skies, but it's beyond whatever we've experienced up to now. Today's sky was like that. So you start noticing that for yourself. And when you do that, you're focusing your attention on what's real, what's real, what's real. Water starts to deprogram itself. And it's the deprogramming of water which allows the water to return to its originating intent of being a carrier of the seed of life. You don't need to worry about that. That starts to happen as a consequence. And when that occurs, your environment now has water that has been, deprogrammed. It has its cellular memory and the honoring of its agreement with the creator of being a carrier of the seed of life. You autocorrect anything and everything that interferes with you having life. Life, remember, is a state. It's a state where you are breathing, where an organism is breathing. And that state can shift in a click of a finger. And that change of state is an organism stops breathing. What keeps you alive is how you choose to live your life. What interferes with that often is our full spectrum well-being. And we've done some work on the physical side, and we're now working on the mental well-being. So this last session is about you being able to return to your center and operate from your center in up-leveling your own mental well-being, regardless of whatever is occurring. So get comfortable and ensure that your back is supportive. Sit upright if you can, and if you need to lie down for health reasons, please go ahead and do that. Right now, for this Upleveling series, ideally you'll be sitting on a chair as opposed to sitting on the floor. And if you are more comfortable sitting on the floor, be honoring of your own comfort. So you're sitting upright, the base of your spine is connected to the core of the earth. The middle of your feet are connected to the core of the earth. Drop your hands to the side. Have your palms facing forward. Stretch your fingers a little. Experience the tip of your fingers as they connect to the core of the earth. And even as the tips of the fingers connect to the core of the earth, and that very light, the dental hygienist vacuum suction experience occurs, you feel those energy channels that have been giving you tension of any kind, it may even be an undertone, they start to be released. You also start noticing any particular aches and pains and discomfort that you may have, either caused due to a particular act that might have occurred, or it could be a medical condition, or something that's just been there which you don't quite know what it is, a chronic condition. Whenever you find any of those aches, pains, and discomfort, release them to the core of the earth. And today I want you to do a random scanning, and you're going to go vertically. Like I've got you around, each one of you is surrounded by a column. You're surrounded by a column of purple light. And this purple light has got these streaks of saffron that are going in and out of your physical body. And the saffron light in its monochromatic form declutters any anguish or any undertones of worry that you might hold anywhere in your body that have a direct impact on you doubting yourself or questioning yourself, has a direct impact on you feeling that it's okay to be honoring your needs for now. The saffron monochromatic light literally clears all of that. The purple light is connecting you very deeply to the vibration of love. The purple light has been created on the planet. A purple light has been created in the innate vibrational frequency of love as this amplifying frequency. It is the light that is brought forth by Saint Germain and his entourage, as they have been working through diligently and rigorously over the last several decades, reconstructing some of our systems and structures. The purple light brings in that amplification frequency of love, which is what we are as humans. So as these systems and structures are completely transformed and transforming, it can feel very disconcerting, but the purple light presence itself, this column of purple light that you're surrounded with, keeps you in your innate vibration of being love. So I'm going to ask you to scan going up and down your column. And as you're scanning going up and down your column, anything and everything that no longer serves you, any aches, pains, and discomfort, when you go up, you're scanning up, 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 and as you come down, it's accelerating the frequency with which that which you have picked up that no longer belongs is being taken out of your body. Just keep scanning. And you're going to go from right to left. You're going to go down first, scan up, and then release as you scan down, and notice whatever no longer serves is being released into the core of the earth. This particular form of scanning is working along your muscle fibers. So a lot of muscular tension is being released. When we have any sort of mental well-being compromises, you don't have to be mentally ill to feel compromised mentally in terms of mental well-being. It could just be some anxiety. So anytime there is a compromise in your mental well-being, a level of toxicity that gets released that has a direct impact on the toning of the muscles, and in particular, the muscles that support our spine, that keep our spine upright, are very impacted. So this toxicity is being released. And because this toxicity is being released, we are having an added benefit of our muscular system returning to its innate, to its originating intent. And the peristalsis that is meant to be its natural movement, the frequency of peristalsis of different muscles vary, but that originating intent of peristalsis and the support and the toning that each muscle is supposed to perform, that remembrance is being returned. It's very, very interesting. When we have any form of mental anguish, it's as if we get disconnected from our body, our physical bodies. It happens to a small extent when we experience physical pain, but mental anguish often disconnects us from our physical bodies. Mental anguish also has a direct impact in a fragmentation of the soul, as they call it sometimes. Shamans call it that. There's still some scanning. Imagine as if you're in the center of this purple column, which is where your physical body is centered. Allow yourself to scan, going from as far below as this column goes, even though you don't see the end of it. You just imagine as if you're going from that spot, you're rising up, and your scanning is covering your entire physical body. It's going all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, right to the end of where the column ends, which you can't see the end of, but it's really linked to your presence. And as you get to the absolute top, you exhale and you're releasing, and you're allowing that which no longer serves, excess energy buildups, aches, pains, discomfort, is being released into the core of the earth. Just do this about 5 times, where you're breathing in, slowly taking that breath up from the base of your feet and as far below as possible, and rising, taking that breath all the way up beyond your crown to as high as you can possibly go. And then as you exhale, you notice that release taking place. And as that occurs with every exhale, when you breathe in again, that saffron light just rises up. Now it can come in. You're in the purple column, the saffron light is rising up, going all the way as high as it can. And you're now releasing any energies that no longer serve. They are released. The purple light and the saffron light are now coming together as one. Purple light also has a direct impact on clearing out any clutter that may come in the way of you connecting to your inner wisdom. This is so important, because I know there are a few of you here who've recently gone through surgeries in different parts of your body. When that occurs, there is a cellular trauma that lodges itself in the cells, in and around the cells that may have been surgically impacted. Allowing this purple light and the saffron light to work together, you start acknowledging the whole and completeness of your physical identity. And your pineal gland starts to retain and regain its health. In some surgeries, it requires a reconstruction. But first, energetically, it has to reconstitute itself. The purple light enables you to do that. You have connected very powerfully to this purple column that is surrounding you. You're going to anchor this experience first by aligning your mind, your heart, and your gut brain, opening up all of your chakras so they are aligned and unblocked. We will achieve the alignment. The unblocking is a bigger process. And your whole brain state will be achieved. So we're going to breathe in to the count of 9, hold to the count of 4, breathe out to the count of 6. And then as soon as we are done, we will go straight into the human vibe attunement chant. And we will complete with 3 more 9-4-6 breaths, finishing with the love, kindness, and meditation breath, where you breathe in love, kindness, and compassion, and you breathe out gratitude and peace. So we have literally cleared your entire field. Your inner wisdom is what is fueling what exists in your field. We have invoked your own identity, and at a cellular level, that identity has been communicated, received, and lodged through the saffron light. So anything around you that occurs, that may be other people's mental anguish, the mental strain that exists on a particular system that may be impacting you directly or indirectly, you are able to be a dispassionate, unattached observer. And by being a dispassionate, unattached observer, it allows you to consciously choose to stand in what you are passionate about and exercise and implement that as a matter of conscious choice. In my world, when you uncover anything like this that no longer belongs, it's best to release it. I don't engage with where it came from. The focus is implementation of the highest vibe that you may be embodying or you may be present to at any point in time. So breathe in 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just guided to say that those of you who've experienced surgery recently, and you may be in a lot of pain in that very early part of the surgery, the light that you send to it is the purple light, not the orange light. The orange light its constitution is a little bit too hot and heated for the recovery that will be necessary at a cellular level. But sending the light, the purple light, which is the innate vibration of being human, that is love, and it's an amplifying frequency. It brings about a very soft, gentle, and yet very certain, compassionate form of healing that is supported in the way that is uniquely required by you through your inner wisdom. The orange light, just keep it in your sacral chakra so that despite all of the pain that you may be experiencing, you remain connected to who you are in your identity, your own I am, the creator frequency. Now just repeat after me. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. Now, the two come together in this declaration, the soul being and the human form. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. Breathe in 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in love, kindness, and compassion. Breathe out gratitude and peace. You direct this breath in anywhere that you feel you're called to. And if you are not called to anything, then breathe in love, kindness, and compassion into your heart. And breathe out gratitude and peace. And as you're doing that, bring your fingertips together and touch your fingertips. Your eyes can be closed. You keep touching your fingertips. Breathe in love, kindness, and compassion. Breathe out gratitude and peace. Breathe in love, kindness, and compassion. Breathe out gratitude and peace. Breathe in love, kindness, and compassion. Breathe out gratitude and peace. Take your hands together in the form of a namaste and rub them against each other in front of your throat. Put them over your eyes, open your eyes in them. Take them on top of your head, the back of your head, down your neck, down your shoulders, and do an energy sweep. And as you know, the Human Vibe Attunement session itself is complete. So if you need to be somewhere, please go ahead and you can leave the meeting. And we always love to end and anchor this work with keywords that you wish to share that you are present to. So please go ahead and put them in the chat. And I look forward to sharing them with everyone. Lots of love. Thank you. Deep gratitude, blessed. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you. God bless. God bless to all of us, you know. How amazing. We've become a family and we are from different parts of the world. Many of us have never met each other. And we may not meet in physical form, and yet we are so connected vibrationally. Grounded, filled with peace and love, want to feel healthy. Yes, emotional release, blissful invigoration, rejuvenated, majesty, indeed. And every word that I'm saying, you know, the fact that it is there in our fields. So allow yourself to receive it. You know, the vibe of each of these words is yours to have and enjoy. Love and many blessings, anchored in love. You are looking amazing, my love. Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful. The Corona phenomenon has been very flattering for me, I must say. I receive it. It's really instilled a transformation of my physical form. Gratitude for the high level of connection with each of your souls. So true. Thank you so much for being here. We will meet again at the same time on Thursday. And Thursday evening, we have the session, which is Pacific time, 5:30, and that is Friday morning, where we are focusing on the last session, completing the 12 steps of exquisite enchanting relationships, where our focus is on all unanswered questions. So if you have a question, go ahead and share it. I know that some of you are in the group in the Journey into Miracles. Put it in there. Let's have these unanswered questions. You know, the power of this particular session is, whilst there are unanswered questions, that is what is programming our world. A collection of all of these unanswered questions. So by answering them, it's the answer that gets lodged. And the answer comes from, you know, what my gig is on the planet, which is expecting and accepting miracles as the norm. So bringing that into relationships is particularly exciting for me, which is why I'm doing this unanswered questions session. So deep, deep gratitude, wonderful, light, whole and complete. Thank you. Yes, gratitude. Lots of more gratitude, anchoring and releasing. With that, I am going to complete the meeting. Thank you all.